I wanna see you smile, take you another mile. Don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait today.
Welcome, and thank you so much for being here, friends. I'm Carly Henderson, and next to me, for the very first time, is Abby Acone.
Hello, everybody. I was saying this before, we get paid to hang out.
We
This
do.
is so great. How did I get this deal?
I am so excited, too. Abby is one of my favorite humans that I've ever met since moving to Seattle. You know her as a meteorology queen here on Fox 13. And fun fact, we are going to the Taylor Swift concert together in July, so welcome.
Girl, it's so great to be here with you. I knew as soon as I met you, I was like, I gotta lock down this friendship. You've meant so much to me.
Thank
and girl,
you.
we have to get on our costumes for the Taylor Swift.
Yes, we do.
We are so behind.
We are.
We've gotta get this figured out.
I love it. All right, let's get into some pop culture. So Dua Lipa posted a teaser for a new song that's coming out this week. It is called Dance the Night, and it's Barbie themed. Check it out.
Just come along for the ride.
Yes, so she posted the teaser on Instagram saying, you know, the song comes out this Friday, and of course we know she's set to appear in the movie of the summer, the Barbie movie, releasing in July. I am so excited for this film. I feel like we've been getting little breadcrumbs every week and every month for, I don't know, 6 months at least, just leading up to this, not to mention all those amazing behind-the-scenes photos that we saw of them rollerblading on Venice Beach. I can't wait for this. I feel like a lot of people thought, when they thought Barbie movie, they were thinking, I'm a Barbie girl, like that whole Aqua song. I think we thought maybe we would get a revamped version of that or something.
Yep.
I like that they went in another direction. It's like disco vibes from Dua.
It's fun and fresh, and Dua is the perfect person for this. Okay, so this is my hot take.
What?
I could care less about the Barbie movie, and I feel terrible for saying that, but I care a lot about Dua Lipa.
Okay.
She's my girl. It has been a minute since we've seen new music. She could be singing about like garbage and compost.
Yeah.
I'd be like so in.
And compost.
Right?
That's very Seattle of you.
Yeah, it is very Seattle, but it'll be fun. I'm really looking forward to
It'll
that.
be good. I can't wait.
More music news. We got to talk about this. Okay, so some Taylor Swift fans are trying to cash in after yet another rainy concert with Swift, this time in Massachusetts over the weekend, all right? So if you haven't seen how much rain there really was, I mean, here you go. This was not our adorable, cute Seattle drizzle. Taylor performed for multiple hours in these torrential conditions. It was so much rain, her piano had issues the next night. So during the show, people started collecting rainwater and took it to apparently try and sell it. Listings for jars filled with the rain from the concert were posted for $250. The listings have since been taken down. But Carly, how much money would you shell out for this? Would you go for this?
$0. Why would you want a souvenir from a concert you didn't go to? I could see if you were at the concert taking it home and keeping it in your little jar in the window and like reminiscing and looking at your little jar of rain. But I don't know who would buy this. I can see why the listings were taken down. And but I don't blame the girls for trying to like, you know, reap some of that money back that they lost because we all know how expensive those Eras tickets were.
So expensive, the creativity. You and I would lay down our lives for Taylor Swift, but we wouldn't buy her rainwater.
We would not.
Gotta draw
Absolutely.
the line somewhere.
Yeah, it's nature's rainwater too, you know?
Yeah.
But she was in the, you know, general area when it rained. Officially streaming today on Max, formerly known as HBO Max, Gizmo is back. The furry friend from the Gremlins movies is now starring in an animated series. So it's called Gremlins Secrets of the Mogwai. Producing the series, Joe Dante and Steven Spielberg, the director and producer of the original 1984 movie. And the first episode is out now.
Those animations are so delightful.
They're so cute.
So adorable. I'm hearing about great reviews of the animation itself. Have you seen the original movies by chance?
I have not. That was like a little bit before my time, so I haven't seen it yet. I should watch it now. I just think it's amazing that it's like the original producer and director from that are now doing the animated series, which is like a totally different thing.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's an animated series coming after the live action is kind of amazing too. It's like Uno reverse card of what's happening everywhere else. I feel like now we're getting all these Disney cartoons cartoons turned into live action movies, but it's kind of cool they're doing it the other way.
I love that. That's such a great point. And I think about all of the people who love the original movies. So you got the parents watching, and now you have their offspring. The kids are watching for the first time, and they don't have to be attached to the storylines, right? They can just go in nice and fresh. So I think it's going to be fun. The series should be a hit. Yeah. Hey, okay, so in case you don't remember, the Brat Pack was a group of young actors who starred in coming-of-age movies. Together in the 80s, like The Breakfast Club, just legendary. So as member himself, Andrew McCarthy is now making a documentary about it. So he's been reuniting with his old friends, interviewing them for the documentary, and that includes people like Demi Moore, Rob Lowe, and James Spader. McCarthy says it's the first time he's seen some of them in more than 30 years. The documentary is called Brat, and it's based on his own experiences. No word on a release yet. How does this news hit you?
That's so fun. I feel like, too, if they need to do any reshoots, Rob Lowe still looks exactly the same. So he can play his old self if needed. You know what I mean?
That's got to be so annoying that he hasn't aged at all of that crew, right?
I know.
It's going to be
so
fun.
Good looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's cute. It's a good reminder, too, to go back and watch some of those movies, too. If you haven't seen them. Little Pretty in Pink, Little Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Yeah.
We're here for it.
It's fun.
Dolly Parton made a very special visit to a woman at Cox Health at Home Hospice in Missouri. This is such a heartwarming story. So the facility posted photos of Jackie Carroll's room filled with Dolly Parton merch in it, asking for anybody with connections to please help the two meet. So Carol is receiving treatment for early stages of Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. Long story short, the two were able to hang out for a little while, and they got these very sweet photos together.
Oh, Dolly is just the best.
She's just the best.
Sweet. This little lady knows all the lyrics to some of her biggest hits.
Yeah.
And I just think about how special this is for her family. Something that she loves and delights in and kind of getting reinvigorated. Oh,
totally.
So special.
I know, especially like Dolly Parton going all the way to Springfield, Missouri is pretty amazing too. Especially, you know, people send like cameos all the time. They get videos from their favorite celebrities, if anything. So Dolly really went the extra mile here. And I feel like just proves why she's such a legend and has been in this industry for so long.
Absolutely.
So
I
sweet.
love her heart, being there in person. That is so special. Well, hey, we want to talk about this. So late musician Kurt Cobain's smash guitar, it sold for nearly $600,000 at auction. So the guitar was trashed by Cobain during the making of his band Nirvana's Nevermind album. The guitar also has big scratches, chips, and the band's signature with a lot of misspellings. Hey, you know, we call that character. What a cool piece this would, to have this in your collection.
Yeah. I'm almost surprised that this is only $600,000. You know?
It shocks me too.
I could see it going for more than that.
The smash vibe is so great. Now, okay, let's say you're a millionaire.
Yeah.
You're going for a smash guitar of Swift for $600,000. What are we are we going for this now? Would you shell out for that?
Her teardrops would be on it, so maybe.
Deep cut reference. I liked that. I don't know, but I would pay great money to see her in concert. I feel like every time I see you, we have to preview the Swift concert. We just have a lot to talk about. We got to make the friendship bracelets, the costume. But yeah, people would pay great money for Swift's guitar too, and it makes sense that this sold at auction for so well too.
I know, it's amazing. We all know social media and filters can get inside of our heads sometimes. This new study found that 70% of parents think that social media filters have a negative influence on kids' body image. So parents blame trendy diets and exercise routines. What's your take on social media filters?
I really think it's important that people know that there's a filter. So, you know, on TikTok and Instagram, there's a part on the video that shows that there's a filter. You can click on it and then go and look at what the filter does. And I feel like that's so important. I feel bad for parents who are trying to work with kids on this. I have no idea how families would handle this.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to give my kid a cell phone until they're 25.
No kidding.
For reasons like this. Like, it puts so much pressure on kids to look and feel a certain way. It's just, it honestly makes me really sad thinking about it. What about you?
Do you want to hear a crazy statistic too?
Yeah, let's go.
95% of kids between the ages of 13 and 17 have social media too. I cannot imagine having that growing up. I mean, dating myself, I don't think I'm fooling anybody. But like, I did not have social media growing up, and I am so glad. Because you're just comparing yourself to everybody else's highlight reel. And like, I feel like at that age, your brain is not physically developed enough to know the difference between a lot of these things. So I think baby can be really, really tricky.
You're so impressionable. I'm just so curious how parents are going to handle this. So we'll have to see how that goes.
Yeah.
Well, hey, there's a discussion online right now about what order you eat your food in, okay? Or when it comes to your plate, do you eat what's most appealing first or last? So apparently a lot of people say they typically eat the sides first and the main thing last, but others say the sides are their favorite. So they want them to be the last bite. I haven't really given it much thought. Carly, what's your strategy?
Okay, I don't know. I don't understand how you could not eat everything all together at the same time. I am like everything at once. I could see if you order like a burger and fries, grabbing a few bites of the fries first, you know, getting a little taste for that, offering them to the people around you. But there's no world where I would just eat like a veggie burger, the whole thing, and then wait and then eat the fries afterward, or vice versa.
Yeah,
you really
that's
gotta have the mix here. I even like to have it all mixed together on one fork if I'm eating like a bowl or
Gosh, you
salad
really
or
would do that.
something.
Some people are phobic of mixing the food together.
Oh,
How do you do it?
I could not
I'm with
do
you.
that. It's so weird.
Yeah, that's funny. I go for the hot foods first, right? You get
Spicy hot or temperature hot?
temperature hot. So I go for that. Oh, but I need to think about the spiciness too. But absolutely, I think about the heat first. Is, you know, what's going to be cooling down here? Are we looking at soggy vegetables? That kind of thing. Yeah, that's
100%.
good stuff. All right, well, hey, coming up, there could be more Fast and Furious movies speeding into theaters.
Yes, Jody and Bender join us next to talk about why these will be a little bit different right after the break.
I wanna see you smile, take you another mile. Don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait today. It's happening all around, like sunshine through the clouds.
All right, Memorial Day weekend is coming up this weekend, and a lot of people are heading out of town.
Yes, and joining us with some expert advice on the best and worst times to leave, Jody and Bender from Mornings on 95.7 The Jet. Hi, friends.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Good to see ya.
So great to see y'all.
So tell us about what you found out about when to leave.
Well, this is going to surprise everybody, I'm sure, but a lot of people are going to be traveling for Memorial Day. In fact, this is going to be the third busiest Memorial Day since 2000. A lot of people are traveling, and Seattle happens to be the second most popular place to travel to. So we're going to have a lot of
How about that?
Wait,
people.
Seattle is? Is that what you just said?
the number
Yeah,
two, Seattle?
Whoa.
Number 2.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
so-
Wow.
AAA.
Not expecting that.
Yeah.
AAA is giving us some very important information, and this is going to be very important. So get a notepad out. They say that Friday is going to be the most popular day to travel. Oh my God!
No
it's way!
way!
They say if you can avoid heading out on Friday, the 26th is expected to be the busiest day on the roads. And if you are going to go on Friday, go early. And then they're telling you, you know, if you could come back on Sunday instead of staying on Monday, that would be a great idea. Saturday and Sunday being the least trafficked times on the road. Kind of obvious.
Okay.
Sad news for those of us who are traveling on Friday afternoon and Monday afternoon.
I'm a big fan of leaving at like 5 a.m. on any sort of day like that, like just getting up way before the traffic starts.
Me too, girl. Me and you both.
Yep.
By the way, I really want to make sure that Carly and Abby are in charge of Seattle tourism moving forward, where you find out where the destination location
People are
and the
coming
quote
here?
could be. Wait, what? Us?
Yeah.
Are they
Wait a
coming
second.
here? To
We
see
got-
us?
The word's out.
Yeah, that's
Word's
right.
out.
You know, I know this
That's
is great
right.
for tourism, but I'm a little scared of crowds sometimes. So traffic, I'm just mentally bracing myself. So yeah, thanks for that update. Yeah. Hey, we want to ask you about this too. So Eminem's daughter, Haley Jade, is launching a new clothing line. Never thought I would need that, but tell us
Yeah.
more.
Can you believe, not to make anybody feel old, but Haley Jade, Eminem's daughter, is 27 years old.
Impossible.
No.
She
Nope,
has,
Nope.
yeah, I know. She has a podcast called Just a Little Shady.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's so cute,
okay.
though.
I see
Oh,
that.
shady.
There you go. And so she has her new clothing line that she apparently unveiled during a recent video of her podcast. And sweatpants, baseball hats, T-shirts, and I guess all of it came from her own brain. She created all of it while she was at the Parsons School of Design, while
Oh.
she was a psychology student at Michigan State University. Sorry, Jody. At Michigan
I
State.
don't mind Michigan State, Bender. You know that. My issue is with University of Michigan.
I'm sorry, my
Oh,
bad.
there we
See,
go.
Jody's a Buckeye, so anything outside of Ohio, in Michigan especially, is a very sore
thank you.
subject.
Good for her for inventing sweatpants, though.
If you
Good
go
for
to,
her. I mean, for being the child of Eminem, where she has more money than she could ever, spend, and still, putting her entrepreneurial hat on, I respect that.
Yeah, she's hustling, making a name for herself. That's great.
Yeah.
All for it.
you can go to justalittleshadypodcast.com, and you can find it all. Justalittleshadypodcast.com.
Perfect.
How about that?
All right, let's
All
talk about this next topic. So no surprise here, there are more Fast and Furious spin-offs coming. Who would have ever thought? But why are these going to be different?
Well, it's going to be different, number one,
Great
because
question.
Vin Diesel is teasing an all-female or a female-led new franchise under the Fast and Furious umbrella. So that might be extremely cool. But the funny thing is, Michelle Rodriguez, as of late, was asked recently about Marvel movies. And Michelle Rodriguez said, "Oh, we're so tired of Marvel movies. I mean, can you run out of more ideas? What do you deal? Like, are you kidding? The Fast and Furious franchise
Thing this whole time. Fast cars.
just keeps spitting out the movies." But yeah, according to Vin Diesel, as soon as they get done with Fast X, which is a 2-part ending, which I guess was rumored to be a 3-part ending, he says as soon as it's done, all the characters of Fast and Furious are all beloved and have such an appealing fan base, I guess. They say that there may be an entirely new franchise with new leads, a female lead, and the whole thing. And I'm not sure. I don't want to do a spoil anything, but I hear that The Rock is coming back for another.
It's going to go on
thing.
forever and ever.
There you go.
Gonna
Hey,
go on forever and
Thank
ever
you
and ever.
guys so much.
so fun getting a little quality time in with you
There
two
you
this
go.
morning. Yeah,
Bye, guys.
love it. Hey, don't forget you can catch Jody and Bender weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. on 95.7 The Jet.
And still ahead on Studio 13 Live, we are trying rosé wine pairings with the Barking Frog.
And plus, we are getting a preview of the new spring and vegan tasting menus. Looking forward to that. We'll be right back.
Take you.
All right, my friends, it is spring, so a lot of restaurants are unveiling their new spring menus.
Yes, and today we are joined by Executive Chef Dylan Herrick with the Barking Frog. Welcome.
Thank you
Dylan,
for
welcome.
having me today.
Good to have you back, my
Yes,
friend.
yes.
Here you've got some new items on the menu this season. Tell us all about it.
I do. So spring's, new growth and all that stuff, so
Yeah.
lots of freshness. So today I'm going to do our trout dish off the menu and then a vegetarian version of that.
Amazing.
So here I've got some brine trout. It's brined in a little bit of carrot juice and mirin and then left to dry for a little bit. And I got some flame. I thought that'd be a little bit fun.
You're elevating.
Yeah.
Better you than me with the torch,
We
to be
just
honest.
we torch this
skill
really
dangerous.
lightly.
That's right. Wow, this thing looks so photogenic.
Yes.
Great TV here in the making.
And brining is just like soaking it?
It
that
is,
right?
yes,
Okay.
yes. So this is a wet brine. So just carrot juice, mirin, and a tiny bit of salt. We soak it overnight, and then we pull it out of that brine and let it air dry for about 12 hours before we do this to it. And then this gets served with a bunch of different applications of peas and carrots. Spring is a perfect time for fresh carrots and fresh peas. So we don't do too much to those.
I was going to ask about the
Yeah.
sides. What are we
Yes,
pairing
yeah.
this
So,
with
so
here?
one of the pea applications is this pea butter. So this is just blanched and shucked peas with some garlic, shallots, cream, and butter. This right here is a little soubise, which is a fancy French word for onion and cream puree.
Thank you for breaking that down for me.
yes.
Would not have known that.
No.
And so this is, we actually use green garlic, spring onions, and cream to make that puree. And then for the fish portion of it, this simply gets put on the plate like this,
Wow.
right over the sous
She
vide.
looks real good.
Yes,
Beautifully
yes.
plated.
And then we have different applications of some carrots. So I'm going to start off with the raw shaved carrots. These are some beautiful orange carrots, as well
I'm
as some
inspired by the
purple
presentation.
carrots.
Oh, I would love to hear your inspiration behind these spring dishes.
So a lot of it just comes from talking to my purveyors and sort of the items that are coming out of the ground, and then I go from there. You know, and I have a respect for the ingredient. Like sometimes we don't have to do much to it because it's so delicious. Sometimes we do things to it, like this pickled carrot right here. So that's another carrot application.
Two
Just put it
versions
on
of
a
a
plate.
carrot on
That's
one
right,
plate. I love
one
it.
plate. And then we also have another version of carrot. This is a carrot.
triple carrot
It's a
day.
carrot puree.
Wow.
So this is simply just lightly poached carrots with some white wine
Wait, you can
and
poach
water.
carrots?
That's
How does
right.
that happen?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you poach them lightly, just a nice light simmer over the stove, and then we puree that in a blender.
Wow.
And
Holy
then we
cow,
have
that's great.
some crispy carrots for garnish as well.
It's a 4
It's a
carrot.
He's
4 carrot
coming,
day.
Dylan.
Yeah, I love carrots, so here they are.
Yes.
These are lightly simmered in a simple syrup, just sugar and water, and then we dry them out
Wow.
and we fry them.
Look at that.
Carrots living their best life.
Right. For the vegetarian version of this, I have a little wild watercress salad. That's another thing about this time of the year. We get some stuff from the forest as well. So one of my foragers got this just yesterday, actually.
That's so
some wild
cool.
watercress. And then we got some flower petals in there as
That is a
well.
good-looking salad, an array of colors.
This might be a really dumb question, but
Yeah.
how does a watercress grow?
So a watercress actually
Yeah.
needs water to grow. So it grows in very, very wet areas out in the forest.
Okay.
And just wildly. Too. So and these are
Wow.
starting to sprout too, starting to flower, so they look really extra pretty.
What do you dress
God.
them with?
So that was just a little bit of extra virgin olive
Oh,
oil
okay.
and some Florida sea salt.
Was there carrot in the olive oil?
No carrot in that.
Hate to
We also
say it,
have some
Dylan.
fresh snap
It's a
peas.
5 carrot day. Okay.
It's a 5 carrot day. 5 carrot day and 2 pea day.
Look at that.
Man.
These are so gorgeous. I love the colors on the plate. And you also have a 6-course vegan tasting menu,
We
right?
do right now.
Tell us
So,
about that.
so when we launched our new spring menu, we kind of made our a la carte menu a little bit smaller, and then we have a tasting menu that runs alongside of it. That runs for 7 weeks. Right now, it's a vegan tasting menu, so everything is 100% vegan on there.
Oh my God.
Which
Wonderful.
I call on to flex a little bit when we launched the spring menu. Cooking vegan food. And making it elegant is
Yeah.
super hard.
Yeah.
So
Fascinating.
so that's what we're running right now. That will change coming up June 8th, and actually I'm going to switch it up, and we're going to go a full meat menu after that. Just
Polar
the
opposite.
complete opposite.
That's good, though. I mean, that shows your kind of creative, muscles and
Right.
talents.
That was kind of the
You can do
point
it
of
all.
it, you know.
Yeah.
And we've had really good feedback on it, so it's been really fun. Yeah.
great.
Love
yeah,
that.
love it.
So tell us about what you just put on
Okay.
here. I'm seeing some flower petals.
Yeah, so there
Yeah.
were some fresh flower petals that we put on there and some little pea tendrils. And then this that I put on the trout dish was cured trout roe. So we cure it very lightly in a little bit of maple syrup and salt solution.
Can we try it?
Yes, of
Oh my
course you
gosh.
can.
How is
So
this
ready
real
for
life
this.
right now? We're eating the most delicious thing.
Welcome to Studio 13 Live.
Yeah.
Bobby.
Yeah, I
Y'all,
hope- I
this
hope
thing
you
is
guys
so
enjoy it.
photogenic. I mean, are we getting the shots?
That's
This
why I
thing
brought
looks
this
so
dish.
good.
I love this.
Okay,
it's so light. It's so colorful.
I've never been so
Awesome,
excited to
glad
eat
you like
carrots in my life.
The dressing's amazing. And tell us
Yeah,
about these
this is
rosés.
great.
Yeah, you got some rosé there. So right there, what you're pouring is a Mr. Pink. It's from Quincy. It is a Sangiovese and Syrah
Okay.
blend. And then next to that, thank you very much.
Yes.
And then next to that is a flower head. Same thing, Sangiovese and Syrah blend. That's from Columbia Valley.
Okay, so I know that rosés, they have a spectrum. Who knew that there were so many different types? I love
Right.
kind of a drier rosé.
Right.
So where does this land?
So this one actually, I haven't had the Mr. Pink, so I'll tell you right now after I take a little sip.
It's less intense on the bubbles, which I kind of appreciate for a rosé.
Yeah, it's pretty fruit
know?
forward.
It's really good.
Not super dry.
Oh, this smells like summer.
And finishes slightly
my
acidic,
God.
which will pair very beautifully with these two dishes.
Yeah, why does
Yes.
this pair so well together? Which, by the way, this is dynamite.
You like it?
This did things
incredible.
to
Very
me.
good.
I love it.
Very good. So it pairs so well just because of the freshness of the ingredients on there. They're not too muddled down, but there is that richness that comes from that carrot puree and the pea butter. So it helps carry this wine, actually.
Perfect.
Oh, it's carrying it so well.
Y'all want to taste this other one?
Yeah.
Yes, do we have a little drop bag so I can try it? Yes.
Okay.
And
This
one
feels like
lucky
such a
person
shame.
gets to drink from this glass right here.
We'll do a raffle in the office and see where that goes. All
Okay,
right,
let's try this
This
one.
guy.
Tell
All
us
right,
about
cheers.
this one.
We'll talk
Yeah,
cheers. Yeah,
cheers.
come on, let's cheers.
All right, yeah, this thing looks great. Smells amazing.
Completely different.
Completely different. Not dry. at all. Not super fruit forward, a little more tannins and acid to it.
I love it.
Yeah.
I feel a tang. This one
There is
goes
a little
down
bit of a
real
tang.
easy.
Yeah.
This thing is dangerous.
Yeah, this one's
So good.
definitely a easy sipper in the summer.
Yeah.
This
Dylan,
feels great.
thank you so much.
Yeah.
This is fantastic.
I'm glad that you guys
I
like
feel
it.
so fancy when you're here.
so
I love
fancy.
it.
Well, good. That's the point, right?
Yes.
Thank you
We
so
posted
much.
more info on Barking Frog up on our website, fox13seattle.com/Studio13Live. And still to come here on Studio 13 Live, Amazon just announced new technology that would allow you to buy alcohol without a physical ID.
Yeah, we'll tell you how it works and when they're rolling it out.
Hi, friends. Welcome back. How often are you checking your phone? Don't
Too
panic.
much.
Too much, probably. A new survey just found that the answer is a lot. So on average, people actually check their phones 144 times a day.
So embarrassing.
89% said that they look at their phone within 10 minutes of waking up, and 75% say that they feel uneasy if they leave their phone at home. That is truly the worst feeling. Half of people feel panicked or anxious if their battery on their phone is less than 20%. How long do you think you can go without your phone, Abby?
Oh my gosh, 2 seconds.
I know.
This is embarrassing because I have a problem. Maybe I should just announce this on television. I have a problem with TikTok, AKA I'm addicted. There's been no intervention so far in my friend circle. It is, gosh, I would like to say I could go a full weekend without, accessing my phone, but Carly, I'm not that great.
I
Not
know.
that great.
I looked at my screen time thing this morning just to get an accurate read on how many times I pick it up in a day. I pick mine up 106 times a day.
You counted all of those.
No, it's in there.
Oh, it's in
They
there.
count it for you. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to tell you that because it makes me feel bad. But there is just a weird security to having your phone with you. If you leave, if you, they said in the story, if you leave without it or something like that, you just have this panic. Even going on a walk, if I'm not going to look at my phone, I still feel like I need it there with me.
Yes.
Just in case, right?
I feel like I'm embarrassingly panicked.
Yeah.
When I leave it at home or something happens
Yeah.
to it, it dies.
Yeah.
It's deeply
The
unsettling.
thing that I think keeps me from leaving it behind more often is the Notes app that I use in there. So I use it's called
really?
Google Keep,
Yep.
and it keeps track of all your lists. And I have so many lists of things to remember to bring places, or if I go to the grocery store, if I go to Target, and I'm always on that app. So I feel
love
like I would
how
have a hard time not doing that.
organized you are. Oh my
Thanks.
gosh. Well, hey, Amazon announced a new feature that would let you buy alcohol without an ID. Instead, you just need to swipe your palm. So soon, the Amazon One Palm scanning payment system will include an age verification feature so people can link their IDs to their palm signature to prove they're at least 21 years old. When going to buy alcohol, the employee on the other end would be told if you're old enough, and a selfie would be paired with it. So the feature is expected to launch here in the next couple of months. Why not? Just make it easier on everybody. Am I right?
I don't know. I'm not buying into this whole palm scanning thing. I know it's probably the future and we can't fight it, like the eye retina scan thing or the palm scanning. It just feels weirdly personal to me. You know what I mean?
I feel
it's
that
really
with the
strange.
Face ID when you're unlocking your iPhone.
I don't even do that.
It feels similar. You don't do that?
Don't
No
do it.
way.
It's so weird to me. I feel like they've been trying to make this happen for so long. They're just trying to find more uses for it. But do people really use this that much? I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm
There
not
is
into it.
something a little that makes me feel uneasy.
Yeah,
about it, right?
it's strange. You're recording my body. I don't know. It's strange. Let's talk about this sweet story. So a grandma and her grandson made it their mission to visit all 63 national parks. And guess what? They finally made it to their last stop. So their journey took 7 years and started at the Great Smoky Mountains National Park in Tennessee. Their final stop was at the National Park of America Samoa in the South Pacific. The grandson says that the end of their adventure is really bittersweet, and traveling with his grandma has been the greatest privilege of his life. How sweet is that?
Did you see that little sand video? They were rolling down the sand.
Yes.
You know what I've realized is that, grandparents don't last forever. You really have to make efforts to make memories, and just I don't know, I'm inspired by this family.
Best
it takes
memories
effort to
ever.
follow through and make that happen, but something that you would remember for the rest of your life for
So
sure.
sweet.
Yeah. Well, hey, this is also equally sweet. Somehow a bunch of ducklings ended up on a highway in Virginia, and of course law enforcement stepped in to help, so take a look.
I'm gonna try to get animal control out here. Come on.
Oh, they're so teeny tiny. 4 lanes of traffic were shut down so officials could help them get across. So eventually they ended up off the highway safely, where they were hopefully reunited with their mama duck.
That is the cutest
video all
ever.
week, am I right?
Oh,
Very, very
I love
precious.
these. I feel like we've had a good amount of heartwarming stories.
Yeah,
today.
this is
Makes me really
wholesome,
happy.
right?
I love a wholesome story. A wholesome day. Give it to me. Coming up on Studio 13 Live, the Seattle Mariners, Major League Baseball, and the City of Seattle are joining forces for the new 2023 AllStar Legacy Initiative.
This is going to be great. Hear how they're giving back more than $2 million to expand local baseball and softball programs.
Don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait today. It's happening all around, like sunshine through the clouds. I'm gonna make
Hey, welcome back. So in honor of Seattle hosting the All-Star Game in July, Major League Baseball, the Seattle Mariners, and the City of Seattle are all teaming up for the 2023 All-Star Legacy Initiative. So this initiative is going to give more than $2 million back to local baseball and softball programs.
This is really amazing. So here to share all about their upcoming partnerships and projects, April Brown, Senior Vice President of Social Responsibility with Major League Baseball. It is so great to have you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I love the city of Seattle. Pleasure to be here.
And I know we were talking about how passionate you are about this. Tell us about the initiative and the goal.
Absolutely. So Major League Baseball, our legacy initiative, whenever we have our jewel events, which is All-Star, it's our Midsummer Classic, an amazing time, invite fans to come into the ballpark, see the players, do a lot of fun stuff. Our legacy initiative is that work off the field that we get to do within communities to really uplift and provide essential resources for underrepresented communities. So we're really excited that with the Mariners, we're able to uplift youth playing our sport, playing softball and baseball. And that's through a couple key initiatives. One being a refurbishment of Rainier Playfield.
That's incredible.
Fantastic.
So talk to us more specifically about how kids are going to have more opportunities to play through this.
Yes, so this field is going to be refurbished so that it's open to everyone all year long. So new turf, it's a field that's already used by Little League, it's used by high school teams, but now it'll be open and available for everyone to use within the community, and it'll be beautiful and year long. So we'll be able to engage local youth partners around it.
How did you pick this field specifically?
Yeah.
So we looked at a couple fields, and this field, really where it sits in the northern Seattle area, needed a little attention and love. And because it's a multi-generational field, young people play, high school plays, and residents, just adults, use it. It was an opportunity to be able to touch all of those audiences.
And there's a big thriving community in that area, so I totally get, having the program in that area. We want to talk about this, children from lower income families, underrepresented in youth sports. So how does this help address that?
So this helps address that because what the Mariners will do for a long-term initiative will be to have open gym nights to recruit younger kids from the community to learn about the sport, learn about the techniques, and then have this beautiful place to actually play on it. And they'll have what they're calling an H9 Little League team, which is an extension of their Hometown 9 program, which is designed specifically for underrepresented youth. And that will be an opportunity to bring youth groups to the field, learn the skills, have mentoring and coaching tips and all of those great things.
That's such important work.
Yeah.
So when did the renovations start and how long are they going to last?
So the renovation will start right as we're here for All-Star. We'll make the announcement on the morning of July 11th, and the renovation will start immediately. And hopefully by next spring, it'll be available and open for all the teams to use.
That's so great.
Okay, so we have to ask you, how excited are you to have All-Star Week right here in Seattle? It's going to be great.
So excited. So the last time All-Star was here in Seattle was in 2001. So it's been 22
Oh my
years.
goodness.
So Major League Baseball is incredibly excited to be back. This is a wonderful city. It's been a wonderful host, and we love our family at the Mariners. So it's going to just be an amazing week.
I mean, I feel like you do such fulfilling work. How did you get to where you are today?
Oh, great question. So I've been fortunate enough. I have a background in psychology and giving back and working in nonprofit organizations, and then made my way. I always loved what the power of sports has, especially around youth and teaching skills and teamwork. So I always knew I wanted to be able to do this work on a larger scale.
That's incredible.
And what's the timeline for rolling all of this out? How does that work?
That's a great question. So we actually start doing this work in January. So we've already started doing the work with our community partners, with Nike RBI, with Baseball Beyond Borders, and those community groups to figure out how we wanted to present these initiatives. And then it'll continue throughout the All-Star Week. And then it's the legacy that's left behind, which is why we call it the Legacy Initiative. Long after we're gone, Major League Baseball and the players are gone, this will live on within the community.
I mean, you're going to change lives here. Tell us about some of the All-Star Week activities.
Yes, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Bring your family out. We will have Capital One Play Ball Park right near the Lumen Field area, between that and T-Mobile Park. So that'll be open to the community. Tons of activities for kids to do, learn how to hit the ball, lots of vendors and all of those great things that we have in baseball. We will have obviously our home run derby. We will have our celebrity softball game. We will have an actual HBCU Swingman Classic game on the Friday night. So inviting historically black colleges and universities, their teams to play a game on Friday night. So that's open to the public. We invite everyone to join us. And we're going to be doing a volunteer cleanup at Golden Gardens Park on that Saturday morning.
How can people sign up if they're interested in volunteering?
Yes, so we'd love for you to sign up, join us. So you can go to mlbtogether.com and type in AllStar, and there'll be links to all of those things once we have the registration up for everyone to join us.
That's fantastic. How many people are you hoping to attract?
So for the cleanup, we hope to have at least 200 people out there.
Okay.
So,
And I love the efforts to get all generations involved with this, right?
All generations.
I wanted to circle back to this program and initiative, getting youths more involved in this, youths who are underrepresented. Like, what real impact does this have getting programs like this started? Like the positive impact on a kid's psychology even?
100% has a positive impact. And Major League Baseball, every day we do this work. We do youth development work. We have our play ball program that is free for every community. We have our RBI programs, which really specifically focuses on youth and youth of color to make sure that they have free access to this game. We want to, level the playing field literally so that every kid can have a bat and a ball and learn the techniques of this game. It's great for your physical health. It's great for your mental well-being and your mental health. We know, kids have been suffering, especially coming out of the pandemic. So our sport is a way to really, increase the endorphins and the fun and have the teamwork and the social skills around it.
What's been like for other programs that we've done this kind of thing before? What's been like the best feedback that you've gotten, whether it's from a kid or a parent or even just someone in the community?
Yes. So, give an example of last year at All-Star, the top draft picks were all young African-American men, the top 4, and they all came through our programs. So they were young kids who stepped on the field through our, development programs that Major League Baseball hosts, and now they're like in the majors and in the minors, and it's amazing. So that's like the best testament of, leveling the playing field, opening up our game to everyone and seeing the results of it. But just on an individual day-to-day basis, seeing youth out there at a play ball event, and these are the young ones. These are like the little ones that are just so adorable. And to just see them having fun and learning the techniques of softball and baseball is just heartwarming and the best medicine.
I love that so much. You're doing such great work. April, thank you so much for coming in and telling us all about that. You're so wonderful.
So much.
Forward to being back in July.
Yes, well, come see us again then. And we've got a link with more info on the 2023 All-Star Legacy Initiative up on our website, fox13seattle.com/Studio13Live. Thanks again. Still ahead on Studio 13 Live, Ray's Boathouse is celebrating their 50th anniversary this June.
All right, we are giving you a look at some of the special items on the menu, including their peach glazed salmon. Can't wait. We'll be right back.
take you another mile.
Hey, it is time for Emerald Eats, where we highlight delicious food in our area.
Yeah, that's right. Today we are joined by executive chef Kevin Murray with Ray's Boathouse. Welcome, Kevin. We're so glad you're here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
coming in. You have the coolest apron of anyone. You're just going to say
Thank
that
you.
too.
Thank
Of
you.
anyone who's been on our show, I have to say, I love
New
it.
award.
Yeah,
That's
I like
amazing.
to be comfortable, like to look good, but I'm ready to cook some food if you guys are.
Yeah,
Let's get into
what are we
it.
making today?
Today we're gonna make some Copper River sockeye salmon, and it's gonna go with a little seared asparagus and a whipped mint mascarpone cheese, and then a little kind of frisee shaved asparagus and peach salad with some fennel as well.
Wow,
that.
twist
So,
my arm.
What kind of oil is that? It
So
looks like clear almost.
This is canola oil, so
Oh,
it's
okay.
got a nice high smoke point, so that we get a really nice sear on the fish.
Mm-hmm.
If I could have you start snapping some asparagus for me, so
Oh,
what
okay,
you're
yeah,
gonna
let's
do
go. How
is-
do I snap them? Oh,
Boom,
okay,
that's
great.
it.
We were
So-
commenting on how huge these asparagus are.
They're the jumbos.
They
That's
are the
for sure.
jumbos. Okay,
Look at that.
so
So you just snap off the bottom?
Yeah.
Is that how
snap
this
off
works?
the
look at us go.
bottoms.
This is
Here
so
we
great.
go. So Ray's Boathouse, pretty iconic, Northwest restaurant located in Ballard. I hear you guys are going to be celebrating 50 years.
Yes.
Oh, that's so
it's going to
great.
be 50 years on June 23rd.
Oh my gosh.
So we've been doing various anniversary specials. This is actually kind of like one that we'll be doing in June.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
What does
50
that-
years.
What
It's
does that
crazy.
feel like for you working for a place that's been open for that long? Yeah,
It's
that's so
pretty awesome. It's really cool to be a part of like this community at Ray's,
Mm-hmm.
where I feel like in Seattle everyone has had some experience being at Ray's, whether it's anniversary, a wedding, or just sitting on the deck enjoying a glass of rosé or something like that. So
Yeah.
it's really cool to kind of continue that tradition.
And how
Yeah.
did you choose the dishes that you're doing for the 50th anniversary?
Partly are coming just from me and what I'm feeling like that day, but I also have been looking at the Ray's cookbook from the past and kind of just trying to see what we did in the past and trying to kind of recreate some of those things.
I like that.
And why is the salmon dish so unique?
This dish is unique. Obviously, we're using Copper River sockeye salmon, which is an amazing fish from a really sustainable river. The river's really cold, so the fish have to pack on all the extra fat, keep it really nice and oily and moist. And as well, we're just kind of glaze it up with some with a kind of a peach glaze, and then pair it with some Washington asparagus. So it's kind of like that nice spring, early summer vibe.
That's so cool. Wonderful. So you mentioned, looking back at the cookbook and that sort of thing, but I want to know a little bit more about the history of Ray's Boathouse and how it all started.
Well, we originally started as a boathouse where they rented boats, and that was like long ago. And then in 1973, it was bought from a gentleman, Ray Lichtenberger, and that's when they turned what was more like a fish and chip shack into like a real restaurant.
Yeah.
So, and it's kind of stood the test of time, as we all
Nice.
know.
Describe kind of the vibe for us right now.
The vibe, so there's two vibes because there's a casual cafe that's open for lunch with a huge deck where you fish and chips, burgers, glass rosé, oysters, clams, and then there's more fine dining concept called Ray's Boathouse, just more of like a celebratory anniversary type of place.
I like it. Accessible to everybody.
Yeah, we got a little something for everybody.
Kevin, can we do a little humble brag for just a quick moment? Because
Sure.
I'm hearing that you won some James Beard Awards.
We
Best
won-
seafood restaurant. That's outdoor
Well, we
dining.
didn't win a James Beard Award for best restaurant or anything like that. We did win a Classics Award
Oh, okay, there
for
you go.
our sablefish and sake kasu. We still serve that dish in the cafe in its original form to this day. And then we did win a best restaurant last year and best outdoor dining.
That's
So-
right, best outdoor dining. What has it been like trying to stand out with your focus on, sustainability?
Well, what we really try to do is work closely with the fishermen. I mean, we're a fish house, so we really try to source our fish the best way we can and try to work with the smaller fishing teams, which I think really have a great, they're able to play a great role in sustainability.
Yeah,
That's
so
amazing.
important. It's great to hear about that.
Okay, so what's happening
Okay,
now?
so we got our salmon seared. We're gonna add a little bit of this peach glaze that I've made. It's a little white wine, vegetable stock, peach juice.
Oh my
We're
gosh.
gonna just kind of add that to the pan. We got
Sounds
our
like an
salmon.
amazing glaze.
This thing looks cinematic, y'all. Like, isn't it pretty?
Yeah.
And we're gonna add like a restaurant amount of butter to each pan
Why
because
not?
that's what's gonna make
Large.
it better.
I appreciate you not trying to hide that.
No, this is why you go to a restaurant. and
Yeah.
that you don't want to necessarily do this at home.
Butter
Every
definitely
night.
makes everything
Look
taste
at that glaze. That's going to go down real easy.
Okay, so we're getting close.
So what kind of, inspired the use of the peach glaze and this whipped mint flavor that is to
I
come?
personally love peaches, and we have great peaches from Washington. The whipped mint mascarpone, the mint goes really well with the peaches. The mascarpone cheese is going to kind of melt onto the plate once we put the hot asparagus down. So it's just going to kind of all form this nice little sauce on the plate.
And it's almost peach season, right? We're at the beginning of it.
Well, you're going to get these peaches, I believe, are from California, but it's going to be peach season in about a week or two. So, that glaze is looking great.
Okay, so question for you.
Yes.
I've heard from some chefs that
Okay.
cooking meat is less difficult than vegetables. I don't know. What do you think about that? And I'm also curious about tips you have for people at home
I think
cooking salmon.
cooking fish is a lot easier than people say. It's just
It seems intimidating to a lot of
It
people.
seems intimidating, but it's really, you just gotta, you want to be confident when you're cooking fish. You want a hot pan, and you don't want to, you don't really want to think about it too much. You want to cook it lightly and then just take it off before you think it's done, and chances are it's going to be done. And especially a fish like this, if it's a little underdone, it's still going to be delicious.
Yeah.
So.
What else do you like to serve this with? We've got the asparagus, we've got the salmon. Is there an array of other things you want to serve with salmon?
Yeah, I really like, it's a dish I'll be doing in June, salmon with a corn sauce with mushrooms and English peas. That really goes well together. A lot of the really nice summertime ingredients are great for salmon.
Amazing.
Okay, well,
Wow,
we're gonna
that looks
get this plated.
amazing. I'm going to
Look at that.
destroy this thing.
And
Destroy
if
it.
you could add a little of the frisée to that bowl, and then
Okay.
there's a vinaigrette over there. If you just give it a shake and a little
Okay.
squirt, and then you can kind of.
You just salt bathe that. I love it. A little shake. Oops.
Yep.
Tried to squirt it before shaking it.
There you go.
There we
and then just a
go.
little toss.
All right.
Okay.
Mix it
I feel
up.
like my eyes are popping out of my socket because it looks so good. It smells amazing.
I know. We're lucky we got 2 meals today.
Yeah,
It's a good day.
Yeah, this is great.
Okay.
Oh,
Look at
tips
that.
for people at home, making the plate look just right. She's a 10 right now.
Well,
Looks great.
sometimes I think, you just don't want to overcomplicate it. You don't want to try to add too much, and just try to be as clean as you can when you put it on the plate.
Okay.
And if you do that,
How did
then
I
you'll
do
be
with
good.
plating these salads?
You did great.
Award-winning,
And we're gonna,
award-winning, right there.
I'm gonna
We're
put a
gonna
little
taste
that's yeah.
these.
I'm gonna do just a little drizzle.
Perfect. And tell us about these napkins as we're taking a bite.
yeah.
Okay, so for our 50th, we've been celebrating kind of some old school merchandise. So these are actual cocktail napkins from the length of how long we've been open. So they're kind of just really show the different eras. We're also going to be doing some T-shirts and hoodies and things like that from all back in the day. So we got a lot of cool merch that's going to come out, I believe, in June. Yeah.
So cute. Kevin, thank you so much.
amazing. Best
This
thing
is
I've ever
so
had.
good. The salad's so good with it, too. You're going to have to jump in on the salad afterward.
No, I will.
Kevin, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks for
This
having
has
me.
been great. We posted more info on Ray's Boathouse up on our website, fox13seattle.com/studio13live.
Bye, guys.
I wanna see you smile, take you another mile. Don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait today. It's happening all around.